What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Casually Fit Podcast. Always got to mess with this mic stand. Welcome. All right, it is Wednesday morning. Hope everybody's having a good morning so far. If you listen to this right when I release it, it's like 6 a.m. So you're probably just barely waking up. Maybe some of you go-getters are just getting done with the gym. I don't know. But I hope everything's going well for you this week. We just passed the Super Bowl, so that's cool if you watch foosball. I don't watch foosball. Used to be a Packers fan. Well, still kind of am a Packers fan. I like them. I like Aaron Rodgers. I grew up watching them, so it's all cool. But the problem with the Packers is they are, choke artists. I'm not sure if that's a good word to describe them, but I do. I've watched so many of their games to where I feel like there's a statistic. I can't talk. I feel like there is a statistic out there that shows that the Packers have lost the most games that they were ahead of going into the half, right? I have seen so many games where they are ahead 20 points going into the third quarter, and they end up losing so many games. Or just stupid things that happened during the last, final drives of the games. Like even this year, I think they were, I don't know, I haven't been following it. I think they were like pretty far into it. They were like going to win the NFC Championship or something like that, or move on to the Super Bowl or something like that. And they got blown out. I'm not sure if they got blown out, but I think but they lost either way. They get so far and then they lose. I think the last Super Bowl that they won is 2010. They did win the first two Super Bowls, I think. And before 2010, I think it's like 1998 maybe. I'm not sure. I don't even know about that. Those are back in Gilbert Brown days, I'm not sure. But so it's a little frustrating to watch them. Plus, it's a very long thing for me to watch. So either way, I don't really watch it, but it's fun to go to Super Bowl parties. It's fun to eat some food, talk some smack, see some people, and drink a little bit, smoke a little bit, do whatever. It is a fun gathering, so that's cool. But as far as like watching it, I'm not really down for that. But yeah, so that's what has been going on. It's so funny. When I was coming here to do this, right, I was just thinking like, last week I just like ran in here and didn't really have much ready. And I was just like, I just remember thinking I'm going to have so much time this next week to make sure that this next podcast is going to be great. And this podcast is going to be great this week. But everything that I laid out that I had to do, I thought it was going to go much more smoothly. Like, don't we all think that? And of course it didn't. So that's how my week has gone, but I do have some things to share with all of you, right? Okay, again, this is a Casually Fit Podcast. It's nice, chill, relax. I feel like, you can be very into health, very into fitness, discipline, focus, all these things, and not be completely rigid, boring, weird, and just kind of cringy and hashtag beast mode and stringerless shirts or whatever, and I know there's plenty of people that are not like that are very that are into health and fitness, but they're not really the ones that are espousing or preaching about or talking about health or fitness, right? So usually when you think of health and fitness, what pops up into your brain right now when I say that? Usually like a very fit, woman, or very fit dude, and not even really like a fit dude, just more like a bodybuilder dude, which those, as far as, throw those people on a treadmill, throw a bodybuilder on a 5-mile run, it's going to be a struggle. So I don't know about, the term fit with them in my standards is a little loose, which actually brings me, before I get in, because again, I got some things to show you. I want to highlight some people for all of you, let you know if you're looking to lose weight or whatever, you want to want somebody to follow, I got somebody for you for that. And also got a couple tips for you, and then also got a fitness freak to share with you in a little bit, which I'm going to get into. But first, I wanted to, I just wanted to, I guess, talk this out, I guess. Or, it's very weird. I still have a membership to 24-Hour Fitness. I love 24-Hour Fitness, but I decided to get a different membership somewhere else. So I'm not going to say the name of the place because who knows? I might start talking some smack right now. But it's a different place, okay? And it's not a chain place as far as across the nation. I don't think it's a chain place at all, actually. Maybe just locally here. But, I've never really been in a gym where it was just evidently clear that that the vast majority of them are on steroids. Male and female. The vast majority of everybody working out there is on the roids. They're looking in the mirror. I mean, it's insane, and I don't even really pay attention. It's just like every time I like glance up, and just if I'm just taking a breather for my set, and if I look around, I just see a whole bunch of people flexing in the mirror. It's just to each their own, I guess, but it's a little weird. It's a little narcissistic. I think we've established that. I think science has established if you're constantly staring at yourself in the mirror and flexing, might be a little narcissistic, right? So it's a little weird, all right? Especially, I know these people are out here, right? But I've never really been inside of a gym that is just like this is everybody. This is as far as the amount of space they have to stretch or do any of that, it's literally this big. It's this big. Okay, it's as big as what you're seeing from my desk back. I am not even joking. That is literally how big it is, right? And the only other spot that you can do that is a walkway, right? Where people walk through, and if you just decide to start stretching there, I guess you can do that. And it's not like they don't have space. This gym is huge. This is a huge gym. And so, my whole thing, it's lift, run, stretch. So I'm like, I'm a little out of my element there. As far as I don't feel very uncomfortable. I just know that I am, me and the average person there have completely different thoughts on fitness and health and things. Not completely, but there's definitely a few areas where we disagree. And it's just, it's weird, for sure. I never, to me, it's like I would go to, if you go to a 24-Hour Fitness, Planet Fitness, any of the chain ones, and anything that's not really like a specialty gym, you're really going to see a whole bunch of just random average people. You're going to see a bunch of, regular ass people who have regular jobs. And not saying these people don't have regular jobs, even though I think their only job is very likely fitness. But you're going to see a bunch of regular people who are working out to where they realize that they got to get a certain amount of hours in per week to exercise. They might want to get stronger or maybe get bigger, but it's not really a huge goal for them at all. They look at it as, if I can bench 200 pounds in 2 years or something, I guess that's cool. Those people out there. And that's usually what most of these other gyms are. And then you have a very small percentage, maybe not very small, but 10 to 20% of people that go to these regular gyms, they're going to be the freaks in there. They're going to be the ones that are really going after it. And they might be the bodybuilder types, usually going to be the bodybuilder types. And but that's only, small percentage compared to all the normal people that are in the gym. So it's just weird to go to a place where it's only seemingly bodybuilders. It's like a bodybuilder's gym. It's just, which is, again, whatever, you know. If you want to be a bodybuilder, I don't care. You know, it doesn't matter to me. The only thing that I think it's a little weird is people who are trying to come into fitness. I think they think that, and this has been explained to me by people who are refusing to work out, but they kind of go into it like, they're like, I don't want to be like that, so I'm not going to work out. You know, none of that interests me, so I don't want to work out. And then the bodybuilder types that tend to be trainers, a lot of them don't even realize that people don't want to work out. One, they can't get their mind around the fact that people don't want to work out, and then they can't get their mind around the fact that even if they do want to work out, they don't care how big their biceps are. You know, that I don't think, you know, there's this weird disconnect that comes with bodybuilding, and there's too much staring at yourself when it comes to bodybuilding for me to really be completely on board, as far as me being like, hey, you know, you should go the bodybuilder route. You know, I think there's just a couple areas that I would never suggest somebody to do it. And then you have the steroids that are in there. Then you have the damage to your body that you're doing because you're trying to get so big, and you have to lift so much weight, and the body clearly cannot hold it, because if you just look at or listen to any of these bodybuilders that have aged, and you just hear all their surgeries that they've had. I can't remember this one guy, maybe his last name is Green, I'm not sure. But he won a couple bodybuilding championships, and, you know, he's had so many back surgeries, and, you know, his whole spine is like fused together, and it's from just lifting way too much weight to try to get his body to a certain size, which, again, you know, for a select amount of people, cool, whatever you want to do. But, you know, as far as like the general public, again, I just think that, you know, that it should be separate. You should have people who just want to be healthy and fit. Okay. And that is more of a thing that is growing, because before it just seemed like if you were working out, your only goal was really to do this bodybuilding thing. And then a very few amount of people wanted to just be fit and healthy. But it seemed like a lot more people wanted to, you know, if you looked from the outside looking in, you would be like, these people are just working out to get bigger and stronger so they could resemble somebody on a magazine or something like that. And then even on the inside, that is typically what it was, you know, back in the day. And as time progressed. But as time is progressing now, it's splitting off, right? Thankfully, there's these new lanes. It's, you know, you got the CrossFit lane, you got the runner lane, you got the bodybuilder lane, you have the strongman lane, and then you have just a general fitness, general function, general healthy lane. And the general fitness and general healthy lane kind of grabs a little bit from each one of these. Each one of the things that I've mentioned, and that's what I'm on board for. And that's what I'm on board for, you know, being like, hey, this is what you should do. You know, don't, you know, unless you're trying to be a pro bodybuilder or a CrossFit champion, or you're trying to compete at a very high level with marathons or something like that, you shouldn't hyper-focus in one area. You should grab, because there are good workouts and good things to do in each one of these areas, you should grab a few things from each one of these areas, work it into some sort of routine that you do on a daily and a weekly basis. So I just want to make that distinction. But yeah, it's just weird being in a bodybuilder gym, and I'm not that guy. You know, I like working out, but I don't care at all, really, what I look like. I'm more just for the performance. And that's something that has grown since I've gotten older. You know, I'm 31 years old now. To me, it's over. It's not over, right? I still got plenty of time left, but I'm bald. There's white coming in too. on my beard. So, it is what it is. I feel like, focusing on your looks, focusing on the size of your biceps and shoulders and things like that. I think that's a young person's game. You can do that for a certain amount of time, which I have been, but it was during a certain amount of time where it doesn't really make sense, but it kind of made sense back then because I was so young. It's like, yeah, my body is very youthful, and it didn't have as many miles as it has on it right now. And then just as you age, and once you get past a certain age, no matter what, you can't combat Father Time. So if you're trying to get the perfect biceps or something like that, but your skin's starting to sag out or whatever, and you're not having as much testosterone, so you don't have as much definition. I mean, but you're still very focused and obsessed with having like the best biceps. I mean, that seems like, you're just going to set yourself up for just anguish, and just set yourself up for just some bullshit that you don't want to deal with. You're just going to be in this negative state all the time because you're going to be looking down at yourself and like, this isn't good. This isn't what I want. And there's either that, or you're going to delude yourself into thinking that you do look amazing when you clearly don't, right? So yeah, I just, I don't know how I got this deep into it, but the whole looks thing with working out, not a fan of, especially for a long-term motivation, right? If it's short-term, right? If you're trying to lose 100 pounds, you're clearly going to look different if you got to lose 100 pounds. So if you have looks in there as one of your motivations, whatever, that's cool. But yeah, I just wanted to say that. I'll keep y'all updated on the gym, unless they see this and they hate me and they kick me out of the gym or something. I don't know. But yeah, either way. So let me get to this real quick. So, hold on. Also, this podcast doesn't have any sponsors, but yerba mate, yerba mate, whatever. If you want to sound fancy, you can say yerba mate, and that is a good chill energy-ish drink that is, somewhat healthy, right? 27 grams of sugar, not too healthy, but it's some. I didn't even know they had 27 grams. Look at that. I'm not even paying attention. Tell you one thing. It's the last time I drink this. Look at this. It says, this is how you can get tricked, all right? It says organic, yerba mate. Reach deep into your yerba mate culture and discover people have long gathered to imbibe mind, perform extraordinary feats, and blah, blah, blah. It's just, it looks like at least the 27 grams of sugar isn't coming from processed sugar. So slightly better, but 27 grams of sugar is a lot of sugar for one drink. I think your daily amount of sugar is like 27 grams of sugar, right? It's like 25 or 30. I think it's like 25 for women and like 30 for men. So all my sugar in here, all in one can, right? And then think about where sugar finds itself in all the other types of food. I would have to eat vegetables and steak the rest of the day, or I would have had to have eaten that all day, and then whatever I eat for dinner, so, and have no sugar to make sure I don't eat excess sugar. So it's extremely difficult. So having 27 grams of sugar throws you off. But so moving on to the Fit Fighter, and again, the name is changing. At some point, the name will change. All right, one day I'll change it, right? But it's not today, right? And the Fit Fighter of the week, which, of course, computer is freezing up, and I'm going to I'm recording the screen recording, but it hasn't been working. So, not sure what to tell you on that. But, and this thing is not working. Jeanette, hold on 1 second. I don't know why that's not working. Is this it? No. Bro, come on. Jeanette Canuck. Hold on. All right, cool. So, that's cool. Hold on. I might have to fast forward here. But I'm trying to bring this up, and for some reason it's not pasting it. There it is. There she is. Perfect. Okay, we're back. Now, so Fit Fighter of the Week. Again, I'm going to change the name at some point. This week, this is the name. Now, the Fit Fighter of the Week, again, this is somebody that I found on the interwebs, and I looked at them and looked at their story a little bit, and I realized, hey, this person has been fighting fitness. This person has been trying to lose weight for a while. Some of the people that I'm going to show you are going to be people who are right in the midst of it, right? Maybe they're at the very beginning, or they've been doing it for 8 months or a year, but they're seeing some progress. Right? And like we have today, this is more of a success story fit fighter, right? This is somebody who has gone through it, lost the weight, and is now in a completely different lane, right? That you wouldn't really think if somebody was, if you were to come across somebody who was currently obese or overweight when you met them, and then you fast forward 5 years from there and you see what they're doing and you're like, what? How is this possible? And this Jeanette Canuck, you know, I don't know. I'll put a link down. The link will be in the description box. So if you're watching this podcast on YouTube, go to the description box right now. Click it if the screen recording doesn't work and look at this profile. This is Miss Great Britain, right? So this woman is Miss Great Britain, right? She is the Miss of Great Britain. So that is like numero uno. I don't know what year it is from, you know. Is it every year? Is it just forever? I don't know. She doesn't have a year on there. But this woman lost 8 stone. So 8 stone in Never Never Land, where they live, is over 100 pounds. This lady lost over 100 pounds. And as you can see, you know, with this picture, if this works, she's just showing that she has stretch marks. But as you can see, you wouldn't really, if you were somebody, I mean, this is somebody, if you were in a bad mood that day and you saw this chick post up whatever she posts, like her just smiling with her tiara on, you might write a mean little comment underneath because you're like, this bitch doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know any struggle. She doesn't know how to lose weight. Blah, blah. You know, you just write some hateful stuff under there. And because just looking at her, you wouldn't think that she lost over 100 pounds. And I'm trying to find the picture. She does a lot of things. So she's not one of these people, which I'm not saying anything bad, but there's some people who lose weight and then they lose weight and then that's their whole thing. It's like, hey, I lost this much weight. She seems to be doing a lot. Obviously, she went and became Miss Great Britain. And as you can see here, one of her posts, you know, she's talking to Pierce Morgan about being overweight. So that's cool. Also, I'm looking for, I saw the picture earlier, and where is it? But if you scroll down on her post long enough, you're going to see her. Here it is. So hopefully it works. But she has a very shitty picture of herself from back in the day, and she's clearly 100 pounds heavier. Is that the same girl? No, I'm kidding. But so either way, if you're looking for somebody to give you a little bit of motivation, follow this lady, right? I mean, because when you're trying to, my computer is messing up today. When you're trying to lose weight, again, and if you have to lose 8 stone in fantasy land, or you need to lose over 100 pounds, I mean, when you look in the mirror and you try to picture yourself 100 pounds less than what you are, I mean, that seems like an impossible thing. It's very easy to be like, I gotta lose this much weight, and then be like, but how? I mean, how is this possible? Because you can't even really imagine, you're gonna be, you're gonna look pretty different, right? Your face, I mean, you're gonna look pretty different. You're gonna have 100 less pounds on you. So it's hard to take yourself there and imagine that. And that's why I'm happy I found her, so I could show you. If you're somebody who is struggling to lose the weight, or if you're struggling to imagine yourself losing the weight and how it can be done, look at this lady. All right, I'm not really sure her name. She says she's a country singer too. It's Jeanette Canuck. I don't know. That's her handle. We'll just call her Miss Great Britain, because that's posted everywhere. So Miss Great Britain, is Britain really great? But if she can do it, I mean, I don't want to say the thing. If she can do it, you can do it. But truly, you can. And if you're doubting yourself, and you want to see what can happen if you put in work over time, follow the programs, the eating program, exercise program, check her out. All right, this is some motivation for you. Check her out, follow her, and every time you see her, and you might think, damn, she's in a swimsuit right now, or whatever. She's wearing her Miss Great Britain sachet, or whatever they call that thing. And the only reason I kind of know the name of that is from the movie Miss Congeniality, which is a great Sandra Bullock movie. But I think it's called Sash. I don't know. Probably messing it up. But, this is why I'm telling you, follow her, just so, every time you see her in a bikini, whatever, she's just smiling, holding a freaking popsicle or something like that, whatever she's holding. You can just be like, yeah, this lady was similar to me, if you got to lose that much weight. Or if you had to lose, let's say you got to lose 30 pounds. You look at her and you go, well, this lady lost 100 pounds and became Miss Britain, Miss Great Britain, right? Do you have to put the great in there? I think it's separate though. I don't know. But so yeah, go follow her. And that's the Fit Fire of the week. All right. So go check her out. I got a link down in the description box for you. See what she's about. Get some motivation from her. Again, this is a good thing about the internet, is that we're connected with the entire world through the internet. And if you're searching enough, I mean, you don't even have to search hard to find Miss Great Britain, right? You don't have to search hard to find her, but you can find a lot of other people very easily just by looking at the right things, right? Type in hashtag weight loss into Instagram. Type in hashtag weight loss transformation into Instagram. You've probably posted a couple of them. I don't know, but look at the other people who are posting it, right? Because some people have been doing hashtag weight loss transformation. They've been posting about it every day for 3 years, right? You've only been doing it for 1 month or 2 days. So see what can actually happen, all right, later on down the road. Because it's good to see those things, because then the possibility of it happening for you, even though you might already believe and think that it's possible, and it for sure is possible, but seeing somebody else do it who came from a similar position as you helps solidify that possibility for you. And that can only help you, right? That can only help you continue on and keep going, okay? These people that I show you for the Fit Fire of the week, these people are for, you want to look at them every day, go ahead and do it. But really when you for sure need to go and check these people out is when you feel like not doing it, or when you feel like giving up. All right. That's just my advice. That is the Fit Fighter of the Week. Now, moving on to the nutrition tip of the week. And soon, just pretend there's a transition. I don't have time to put transitions in today. All right? There's going to be a transition, and there's going to be stuff popping up. But today, there is none. You just got to go off my words. And the nutrition tip of the week, boom, boom, transition, right? The nutrition tip of the week is to, and this is going to sound weird, all right? But the tip is to, it's hard to say it without sounding a certain way. Just know that if you're listening to this, if you're watching this, I only want the best for you. I'm only talking from a place where I want to see you succeed. I want to see you reach your goals and do what you need to do, okay? I don't have ill will towards anybody watching this, even if you hate me and you're commenting negative things. Doesn't matter. I would hope that your life would change to where you're not so hateful, right? But the nutrition tip of the week, I say that to say this, and the tip is that you need to educate yourself, all right? See, it sounds bad. It sounds bad when I say it. It sounds like I'm, taking a stab at somebody, right? But what I mean by that is right now, hold on. Right now, I think there's a small percentage of overweight, obese people, whatever category, people who are out of shape. I think there's a small percentage of people who think that what they're doing and how they live and how they are, being vastly overweight, when their doctors are telling them, things are not looking good. I think there's a small percentage of people who can be in that situation and hear the things from the doctors and say, nah, but I'm healthy. And then go eat some salt and straw later on that night and not have any regrets about it and not think about the health implications of it at all. I think there's a very small percentage of people who think that, okay? I believe the majority of people who are, and those people clearly need to educate themselves, right? But I think the majority of people know that what they're eating on a daily basis, when they go to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, they're probably thinking about how unhealthy it is and how it is not good for them and how it's bad, right? But that's the problem that I'm getting at, okay? I think that most people just have a general knowledge of bad food. They know that fast food is bad and added sugar is bad, but they just know it's bad, right? They just bad. They don't know specifically why it's bad, right? They don't know how much sugar you're supposed to be eating in a day, right? They don't know how much of that. They don't know the probability of them contracting heart disease, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity from having too much sugar in their diet. I don't think they know those specific facts, or maybe even if they know them, they don't bring them to the front of their mind all the time, right? I think they just go, well, this is bad, they'll grab their McDonald's or whatever, and they'll be in their car, and they'll think or say to themselves, hey, this is bad, this is not good, and then continue to eat. I've done it many times, right? I do it all the time, but I think that's part of this larger problem of trying to lose weight. And that's why I suggest for the nutrition tip of the week is to educate yourself. And I just mean dive a little bit deeper down, all right? Dig a little bit deeper into why processed sugar is bad and why just processed food, fast food is bad for you. When you're sitting, since we're in COVID times, lines are all over the place, right? They're all over the place. So we're always in line, and 99% of the people that are in line are on their phones. I've tried not being in line or not being on my phone in a line, and I have to go on my phone to not look like a weirdo, because I'm the only weirdo who's pretending like it's 1990, and I'm looking around. I'm just chilling, right? But I'm the only one doing it. So since most people have to be in a line, and then when you're in the line, you have to be on, most people are just on their phones. You don't have to be on it, but your phone's right there. Just start Googling a little bit. That's my tip, right? My tip is, when you have some downtime, when you're in a line, right, you got nothing else to do, you're waiting. Don't do it when you're waiting at a stoplight, right? When you're driving, don't do that. But when you just got some downtime, just Google negative health effects of processed sugar. Negative, what causes cardiovascular disease? What causes diabetes? What causes obesity? What's the probability of you dying early if you have diabetes and you're obese and you have heart disease, right? And what causes these things? All right, just start looking into it, and that's my tip. All right, again, I'm not saying that you don't know these things, all right, but I'm saying that you should know them way more, all right, instead of, because here's the difference, okay? If you do know these things, you're like, you know what, Rob, I already know all this. One, you probably don't know it all. I don't know it all. Nobody knows it all, and nobody likes to know it all, okay? So you probably don't know it all, and you should probably start looking at more things online, okay? Unless you're like a health expert and you're not overweight, and you're not who I'm talking to, okay? But if you don't know it all, hold on, lost my train of thought. If you don't know it all, what I'm saying is go online and just start Googling it and just start looking these things up, and hopefully you can, because here's the difference, okay? When you're about to eat your McDonald's, say you order McDonald's and you're in your car and you're about to eat it, and you just think to yourself, oh, this is bad. This isn't good. This isn't good for my health. And then you just start eating. That's one thing, right? But if instead, maybe even before you order, right, when you're debating on whether you're going to go to McDonald's or not, you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, if I go to McDonald's, what am I going to get? I'm going to get a double cheeseburger, a large fry, and a large Coke. How much sugar is in all of that? Okay, and then you start making the calculation. Oh, there's over probably like 80 grams, over 100 grams of sugar. Oh, and then on top of the 100 grams of sugar, that's over 3 times my daily allowance for sugar. And what happens to my body again when I have when I consistently have over 3 times the amount of processed sugar in my body that I need? Or that I should have? What happens? Oh, diabetes, obesity, cardiovascular disease, heart disease. Oh, what does all that mean? That means that my quality of life is going to go down. At some point, my quality of life is going to go down. Things are going to get much more difficult, much more painful. There's going to be circulation problems. And this is what I mean by educate yourself. When you're thinking about bad food, or when you're about to eat bad food, go into that like analytical kind of, you're not really analyzing anything, but you're just, pulling facts and you're pulling data together. Instead of just saying it's bad, start saying to yourself, well, this is over 100 grams of sugar and this is going to lead to this, and it's caused by this, and this is how it's going to hurt me. And that's what I mean by doing that. That's my tip for you, is to just start looking into studies. Go on healthline.com, webmd.com. I think I wrote them down and I can't see them. And there's a couple other websites. They're going to be one of the first ones that you see if you PubMD. Like if you look up if you want to get like super detailed into it, you can look up negative effects of processed sugar and then put study at the end of it, and then go to a PubMed, or I forgot how, PubMD or something like that, and you'll actually get a full-on study that had participants in it, or they did a study that analyzed a bunch of other different studies and came up with these conclusions, and they introduce it, they give you a bunch of details inside of it, and just start reading those things, because if you have that deeper knowledge of doing it, and every time you are about to bite into really bad food for you, again, if you're thinking about all these horrible health implications for yourself while you're eating or before you're eating, it's much harder to continue to grab that food and eat it. And I think that can help you lose the weight and change up your eating habits by thinking about it just a little bit deeper every time. And of course, this takes more effort, this takes more work, this takes some of your free time, but if you're trying to lose weight, again, a lot of people try to lose weight and a lot of people don't do it. Okay, so I'm just trying to throw out some suggestions for people, and I think this is definitely a good one, to where again, if you have this knowledge at the ready, like you know it pretty well, and you can literally spend just the 15 minutes waiting in line. If you're reading, you can read a lot and you can learn a lot in 15 minutes of dedicated, just reading. Okay, especially if you're reading a study, because it's compact, concise information. It's where you don't really have wasted words. So don't go to like Cosmopolitan for this information, right? So you can learn a lot in a short amount of time. And just think of it, if you just do it, if you order food, or most of us probably hit a line at least twice a day, once, twice a day. If you're eating out, go to Starbucks, you're probably in line at least twice a day. If you whip out that phone and start reading twice a day over the course of 2 weeks, you're going to know a lot. All right. And again, it should be more difficult for you to continue to consistently eat unhealthy food. Okay. So I just think that might help. That's my tip for this week. Okay. And I don't know why this isn't working, but I'm trying to, of course, what is going on here? Okay. All right, that's my nutrition tip, and I have a fitness tip for you, but running a little bit long today. Where is the timer? Yeah, running a little bit long today, so I don't want to. So next week will be the full. I got you a fit fighter of the week. I got a nutrition tip, fitness tip, and then I got you a fit freak of the week next week. And then maybe a woosah. I don't even think I've introduced the woosah yet. It's all the segments that I want. People might think it's too many segments, but I'm going to try to keep them quick and concise. And it's all things that I want to get across in this podcast. Okay, I want to help you out in multiple different areas. So that's why there's a few segments. Okay. So this next segment is the Fit Freak. All right. So again, this is the week where I show you somebody who is just a freak out there, right? So you see the people who are trying to lose the weight and they're trying to do the thing, right? And then you see people who maybe they've lost weight, maybe they have lost weight before, or maybe they've just been really into their bodies their entire lives, right? There are those people as well. And that's usually the fit freaks, are ones that have been into it for a long time. And this person is Darian J4 is his Instagram handle. His name is Darian, that ab guy Johnson. All right. I like it. Okay. But this guy, again, so this will be in the description box for you, because more than likely the screen recording's not going to work. And it's probably not going to work because it just turned off as well. But I'm going to try. I'm trying, okay? But if you go to his Instagram, all right, he is personal trainer, lifestyle coach. I mean, and he's got some great videos out here, right? If you click on any of these videos, you can see that, it's one thing to be very strong, right? But it's another thing to be very strong and agile, okay? It takes a fitness, almost like athlete level of fitness to be strong and agile. And those are things that I love. That's what I consider a fit freak, is somebody who can be strong and agile. And Darian, that ab guy Johnson, is strong and agile. And you can see that in his videos, right? There's one I saw of him doing some fun looking push-ups. Might be this one. But I would go to his Instagram. This isn't too intense, but I would just go to his Instagram. He has a lot of dumbbell circuits that he does. He has a lot of calisthenics that he does as well, which means for you is that if you don't like going to the gym or doing any of that stuff, I mean, this is with he's not doing that much weight, and sometimes he's not using weight at all. And he gives you some good tips and some good exercises and circuits that you could do. So I would say that this guy would be considered a fit freak for sure of the week. I mean, he's killing it. Again, doing this kettlebell workout that he's doing right here, this forgot the name of it, but it takes strength, it takes fluidity. Just check out these videos, all right? And I've just lost all my energy, just tanked. All of it just went away, okay? All of it is gone, all right? It is, it's been a long day, all right? It's been a long day. And there goes my energy. But this is the fit freak of the week. It's Darian, that ab guy Johnson, and I suggest go take a look at him, follow him. Again, if you want to see what the body is capable of, right? This man will show you what the body is capable of. It's capable of a lot of different things, okay? A lot of fun things. And again, these are different. If you want something that's just a different kind of workout for you, go ahead, check this dude out. But I gotta log off because I've lost all of my brain power and all of my energy just now. It is gone. So yeah. Other than that, I appreciate you coming in and watching this podcast this week. There is nothing in my way to make, other than myself, which that tends to be a problem, but there's nothing in my way between now and next week's podcast. So next week's podcast is going to be much better. And I say that every week, and I think they might not get much better, but they get progressively better. They are, slightly, a little bit, all right? And next week, it's going to be slightly better, but actually much better, all right? All right, thank you for watching and or listening. Yeah, go check these people out that I showed you. Links are in the description box for you. I got a workout program for free if you want to check it out. Okay, go check it out. I got one for in the gym. If you're just starting and you want to work your way up, there's one for the gym, and there's one for at home if you just want to do things at home, or if your gyms are closed and you only have your home to choose from. It has no weights whatsoever, and it's a building process. It's meant for people who haven't been working out in a very long time. Okay, I would actually almost suggest doing the body weight. It's just a body weight exercise program. Do that one first, and then move on to the gym one where you're starting to use weights. Just because I think you're going to get much more familiar with your body. You're going to get out a bunch of kinks. You're going to you're going to have much better range of motion, I believe, if you don't incorporate weights right away. Weights, you can do it with weights right away, but I mean, if you're like 30, 35 years old, I mean, you got a lot of life to live. Okay, so there's a rush. Maybe you want to rush to lose the weight, but if you're really serious about losing weight and keeping it off and you got a lot to lose, you're going to be exercising your entire life. Okay, so with that in mind, I think that taking a few months by only doing body weight exercises to get a very strong foundation of your body and how it moves, getting a very strong foundation to where you're very familiar with it. You're not doing, because weights can kind of make you do more than what you probably should be doing, and it could throw off your technique and form. So I just think that's it's a good way to do it. So go check it out. They're both free on my website, liftrunstretch.com. I just got some energy, but I'm out of here. All right. Thanks for listening, watching, and have a good week.